So this is a young Mustang mare. This is her first ride out in the big arena, and she also kind of newly has some shoes on, so that's why she's walking like that. It's kind of funny. Her goal, or for her, or her owner's goal for her, is to be an endurance horse. So this is just a great video to show the first ride in a larger area. You can see the arena's open on the other end, so it's kind of a big area. We especially depending on the horse, we take things really slow. With this mare, she's kind of feely, she's really sensitive, and she tries hard, but we've just taken it super slow, doing a lot of work in the round pen. And the biggest thing is you need to be able to stop. My good friend Wileen Wilson, a lot of people know her as Extreme Wileen. She puts it like a emergency stop on them. She does kind of a cool thing. She runs her hand up and teaches them to stop that way. So if they get in trouble somewhere else, she can do that technique and it'll stop them. We do something a little different. You could see she kind of really spooked there, and see how he just kind of pulled her around and then get her walking forward again. And he's going to try and get her to move forward. He doesn't have his leg on her. He's not telling her to go. This is her nervous energy, and he's just putting her in a circle and letting her kind of work it out instead of pulling back with both reins. You see, he just kind of turned her around and pulled her around in a circle. So he spent lots and lots of time really getting her sensitive to and responsive to first the halter and then the bit, so that she's able to actually have her face be soft and pull her around and it to actually work. So you could see that little bit of a spook, he was able to shut it down and then let her expend her energy in that circle, instead of just making her bottle up the energy. And see here, he's just kind of getting her, instead of pulling both reins, he's kind of pulling one rein one time and then the other rein a little bit, to try and work on getting her focus back on him. What kind of blew her mind a little bit in this arena was that there's horses on both sides of the arena, and she just didn't know where to look. So she's only really been ridden in a round pen, and which she's totally ready. She can walk, trot, canter in the round pen, comfortably, safely. And before he hopped on her here, he did quite a bit of groundwork. You could definitely do some groundwork and ride in the round pen and then come on out here. Siddle doesn't always do that, because he wants to keep this ride fairly short. He doesn't want to wear them out and get them sour on the arena. This should be a very positive, reassuring experience where they're not going to get sore, they're not going to be worked hard, so they don't get where they're hating the arena. So you could see he's got her down now. It took a little bit of redirecting the energy, but he didn't stop her. So I think a mistake that a lot of people make is they, with some of these more sensitive horses, is they stop them and then try to pet them and reassure them and then go again, and then they get an explosion. So with these little more sensitive, a little more feely, a little more hot horses, sometimes it's just much better to redirect that energy into a circle or in some way. And there he's like I said, he's just trying to get her attention back to him, not pull on both reins, but just kind of one to the other, one to the other, to get her focus back on him. That just seems to work for this mare. Doesn't work for every horse. And then he's moving around a lot up there because that kind of what triggered her spook before. So he's not trying to be quiet and timid and tiptoe around her, because that's not going to help a sensitive horse. He's definitely like moving around up there and moving his legs, moving his body so that she kind of gets used to that. And you can see she's starting to relax. And this makes for a great first ride. That, okay, we got a little scary, plenty of, she was able to fall back on her established training for him to safely be able to bring that energy down. And then here he's teaching her to stop with two reins there. But he didn't stop her until she relaxed. And then he's just checking to make sure we still can kind of bend without moving a little bit there. And everybody bends horses a little bit differently. He was pulling her up there. You can also pull him out to the side. Really just depends on kind of what you're going for. And I think he didn't really want to spook her more because they're kind of ending on a good note here. Like she's a little nervous, a little bit worried, but she did calm down from her spook with just some redirection. So this was really good, and that's a great first ride. It's like maybe I think 7 minute long ride, or it's not a first ride. It's a first ride in this big arena on a very sensitive horse. So it's a good example of what to do on a green horse when they spook and get into a little bit of trouble. How to help them out of that trouble. So here he is, just going to kind of make sure that his walk is okay, that she is still recovered, and you could see she's way more relaxed now that she understands what the answer to the question is, because she was really confused when she came out here, like what the expectation was. So her next ride will be even better, but so much more relaxed. See, just redirecting their feet and letting them move and not trying to shut them down is where it's at with these, especially these more sensitive, feely horses, these greener horses. You want to just go ahead and let them kind of work through it a little bit. These guys do better while they're moving, and it's not moving their feet to punish them or anything. He just didn't tell her to move. He just kind of kept her in a circle, and then even switched the circle and did a little bit of a figure eight to kind of get her to dial on down. And you can see what a much more relaxed horse he has right here. And then the incorporating the rest periods is paramount. Like it's so important to be able to give them rest periods. And so as soon as she started to really relax, he gave her a little stop and a rest period and just kind of hang out and chill away from the gate and away from her friends. It's very important where you rest a horse. So he figured that was enough. So he just kind of checked there that she was okay before he got off. Did you see that? He kind of moved around a little bit and gave her a heads up. And that was awesome. Hope that helps any of you that has to ride a green horse in a big pen.